the construction by the county government, because we need that ring road badly, but the county does not have the kind of money which can construct that road. And when the county government started constructing, they applied for a loan of 4 billion and they were supposed to raise 10%. And then the 90% was supposed to be a loan from a bank, which we are going to pay for the next 15 years. I'm one of the people who said it does not make economic sense to get a loan to construct a road which the national government is ready to construct from the national kitty. And actually it got a bit of a backing, and that thing has been stopped. I think this was really abuse of the office, because they are doing a job which they are not supposed to do. So I think we are happy. I feel proud. I'm part of the group of people who decided we don't get a loan. And actually that ring road is being constructed by the national government, and they're all moving around in NASA and Jubilee. We want them to come and tell us what they've done. And they're already telling us they're doing the road. So I still stand by that the national road should be constructed by the national government. The county roads should be constructed by the county government.
Right, many thanks. Let me move on to...
May I comment on that road? That road design was finished by the national government in March 2007. The Kibaki government promised us several times to do that road. Of course, people are getting impatient. The governor took advantage of it. But in the process, he delayed the national government from starting many other parts of that road. But more tragically is that the reason why the governor was rushing to it was so that he can make money out of it, not so that he can help the people of Embu County. It is a very unfortunate thing. Those who have benefited from it will disagree with us, but let them know that we know the truth. The reason why a county government tried to take away a national government for a project which it cannot afford was so that there was a big enough contract for them to make big money out of it. Thank you.
Right. Just to take it back to Leonard, talking about infrastructure, and more so how the county government is supposed to invest. There was a report in May that a 7.6 million shilling project started 2 years ago to supply fish pond liners to farmers was criticized since it did not have any economic impact on the lives of the beneficiaries. This is the case of the county government thinks the people need this project, invest money, and yet the people don't need. What are some of the key projects that your county government will start, and tell us how relevant those projects will be in regards to infrastructure development?
Okay. Definitely infrastructure development is key to any economy. For example, if you know the quality of tea depends on how fast it gets to the factory. So it's very important to have a good infrastructural network. So this is how we are going to invest, because we know when we are talking of getting good prices for our farmers, for tea, for coffee, for other forms of produce, including bananas, we need them to get to the market. So when we decide to prioritize a road that is going to a factory, we are going to have direct economic benefits getting to the farmers through improvement in the quality of their produce, and of course, making the whole process efficient. So lack of public participation is one of the issues that have faced many counties, because the administration is not looking at projects that will benefit the county residents, but rather they look at projects that will make it very easy for them to pocket proceeds from those projects. So, like I said, projects that will have direct impact on a direct impact on the people is, of course, on cottage industries. That is on areas of value addition, equipping our polytechnics so that they have courses that will make people earn a daily living. Of course, we also have, I mentioned things like drilling rigs, water pumps. These are things that will have direct impact. Like, we have Mira changing lives. Of course, many people will have their thoughts to this. But since the markets are mostly at dusk, we are going to develop those market centers, develop lighting. Lighting is very important in our markets. Of course, I don't know, did I get 2 minutes really? Yeah?
So much. We apologize. It's 2 minutes.
Can I comment on that?
Go ahead.
In terms of project we have, I think the fish farming was very, very good project because we wanted to diversify from the traditional kind of farming. And the white meat is known to be very healthy rather than the red meat. And what I can say is that we have had very good projects, but they have been mismanaged. So that even if you bring another very good project, and you don't put a proper mechanism of ensuring that it works, it will still be a failure. I think it is always going to start from the known before you go to the unknown. We have industries like coffee, which has been very, very important in this country, which was meant to collapse. And the people recently, they have come with macadamia nuts in the place of coffee. And some people have been hell-bent on making it collapse. The other day, we came with a Cavoteri coffee milling factory. And that one can do a lot of work in terms of value addition. Only to hear some of the coffee is still being sold out when we still have our own factory. I think it all boils to management, and we need, first of all, to resuscitate the existing crops we have and make sure that they add value. And one thing we need to do, we have a county assembly which can make laws which govern the pricing of our crops to ensure that farmers get their value for their money. There's no reason why we cannot say to buy macadamia from Embu, you have to pay 100 shillings per kg and above. We can also do the same thing with our tea. Tea has been very useful in this country. We need to put a minimum price. Maize, beans. I think management is the issue, not the kind of crop we are bringing.
All right, thank you so much. Let's now move on to the aspect of healthcare. And last year, just to quote a situation, Embu members of the County Assembly MCAs raised concerns over the state of patients at the Embu Level 5 hospital. They said patients were being forced to spend nights in the cold and on soiled bedding. What will your county government do in terms of making sure that the people of Embu get adequate health care across the board?
I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself again. The first thing in terms of health services is, again, finish corruption, ufisadi in health services. At the moment, we know Level 5 hospital collects revenues which do not go to the hospital or, in fact, to the exchequer of the hospital. They are cashiers, they are miscellaneous receipt books which are being used. They are fake. Therefore, the people are paying money there to get services, and they even don't get services, and even what they pay does not go to Embu County. The money goes to people's pockets. And I will just say that actually I think one of the key things which we have to do in that respect is creating a true university teaching hospital. I see the Vice Chancellor here. There's no reason why the county government cannot collaborate with the university to create a true university teaching hospital, because that will increase at least threefold the number of dedicated hospital personnel who can work for our people across the whole county, because in the end, they are attached to the university. The second thing is, of course, also to accept the role that can be played, and which is already being played, by the non-governmental sector. There are private hospitals in Embu. They are doing very good work. They need to be given good facilities, good supplies of water, good supplies of roads and so on, tarmac roads to those hospitals and so on, so that they can also do better because they are making a good contribution to our society. There's the Catholic Church and the Anglican Church. The Anglican Church wants to build a hospital which is associated with hospitals in India. We should support them in whatever ways, including giving them some grant, to give them encouragement to do that. We know that the Catholic Church has built a very good hospital in Kieni. Again, they need to be encouraged. There's no reason, even under the old system of government, mission hospitals received some grants to encourage them to do what they were doing. Those are some of the things that we need to do.
Asante sana. For a minute.
I'm actually a medical doctor, and I've run the health services in this county as director of health. That was in late 90s. At that time, things were actually moving well because our hospital, Provincial General Hospital, was actually being rated among the cleanest, and we did not have issues. What I can say about health services, they are the health providers. You must engage them. You don't just take a doctor, do your work, and then you go, like KK says, the money seems to go to other areas, and you are just made to work. Doctors need to be engaged. They need to be given a bit of a say in the running of their affairs. And if you do that one, you will not have problem with the doctors. We know the health docket is devolved. It belongs to the county government. And there has been a bit of an issue between the national government and the county government. I think it's only fair that if it is devolved, let the county run the affairs of health. And I'm sure it can be done. There's also another body, the medical practitioners and dentist union. Before, we never used to have an union. It was the medical, the Association of Medical Practitioners. But this union, we have had some people who are just unionists. Like in education, we have had some people who are just, unionists. And they have given us a lot of trouble. In fact, I would call for devolvement of that union so that the county government deals with the doctors in that county. And so long as there's no corruption, like you put it, I'm sure a solution will be found. Otherwise, you cannot make somebody work, and he doesn't know where the money is going. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Yeah, I get my 2 minutes on health.
Sure, 1 minute.
Okay, health is actually very key. Like I said, I've been involved in a number of counties in health policy. That's my docket. I'm in pharmaceutical manufacturing. What needs to be done is strengthen prevention. And this is done through community health workers who are currently at home, though trained a lot by NGOs. They can help us reduce the disease burden by teaching on good practices, nutrition, and identifying people who are not going to hospital yet they are sick. So that reduction in disease burden will ensure that whatever little money we have, we are able to strengthen the curative arm of healthcare. Our emergency services are actually a mess. We don't have any ambulance in Embu. What we have can pass for a utility vehicle. So basically, I've promised 2 advanced life support ambulances and 10 ambulances with a call center so that a patient who is going to seek services from our health facilities gets that for free. But if you want to be referred to a to a private institution, you actually pay. But to our hospitals, it will be free. I also want to strengthen the structure. We have level 1 to level 5. You don't need to go to Embu PGH when you have a bout of diarrhea. You can start with your dispensary near your house. So that Embu level 5 becomes a referral center. And since we have human resource issues, especially with our healthcare staff, then this will help us in reducing the burden on particular institutions which are heavily loaded with patients, yet there are community health centers that can handle some of these problems. I also want to add, the union is actually not trouble. It's just that the counties have been sleeping, the management of doctors have been sleeping. They need to actually wake up and realize that things are changing. Doctors also know their rights, and therefore they should be prepared. And we have many ways. I have programs in my manifesto outlining how we will have not strikes in Embu County. Thank you.
Thank you, Bwana Leonard. Cancer has been a worrying disease in Embu County. And the residents have been taking their friends and relatives all the way to Nairobi for cancer treatment, which sometimes they die on the way to Nairobi and pay a lot of money to Nairobi. How will your administration sort the problem out to see that we have a cancer center here in Embu? Bwana Leonard.
Yeah, it's actually a very sickening problem where we export doctors, we export patients, and it shows how low our thinking capacity. I mean, I talk about our leaders. When you take a patient for a chemotherapy session in Nairobi, actually what is being done can be done in Embu. And I have promised to have, we are starting with chemotherapy administration centers, which are very easy to have. We are going to have oncologists. We have less than 15. And to engage an oncologist to come to Embu is actually an expensive affair, but it can be done. Instead of our patients going to Nairobi to seek services of an oncologist, we are going to have days when they are going to be coming. They have patients, and we are going to have those centers where they will be able to administer chemotherapy services. I know we can't promise radiotherapy. It's very expensive, but the few patients who will be going for those services will be doing it in our advanced life support ambulances. So there is no disconnect. We won't have patients lost along the way, because if you are in a chemotherapy administration facility in Embu and you require to be taken for radiotherapy, say in Kenyatta or Mata Hospital, then you are going to be taken in a county ambulance free of charge, and there will be no cause for alarm, because the service in that ambulance will match the service you expect in the center you are going to.
Asante sana, Bwana Leonard. Back to the, Bwana KK for a minute.
You asked about cancer center. As I say, cancer is also related to many other medical complications. And that is why a cancer center must be at the center of a much broader system of high-level medical services. And it is in that context I talked about creating a fully Frenched university teaching hospital associated to University of Embu. That is why I talked about what the Anglican Church is trying to do in Embu. It has also to do with handling those complicated diseases. But finally, let me also say that actually the biggest problem we have now is many of our poor people cannot afford to go to hospital when they get this cancer, because of the trip to Nairobi, because also of the cost involved. One of the things which the county government needs to do is to be a little smarter than other county governments and ensure universal health insurance for its citizens. Because even if the county government doesn't pay, the Embu people end up paying through Arambes and so on. So if every family was actually engaged, one or the other was helped to have access to the National Hospital Insurance Fund scheme, that is going to be very critical in terms of what we do here. And finally, from a regional point of view, both national, regional, as well as regional, across the country, if we create great medical services in this country, then we start also having health tourists to Embu County. And we must try that, because there's nothing in India which we cannot do in Embu. We just need to be smart in how we invest in health services. Thank you.
Asante sana, Bwana KK. And back to our audience. Some few questions, please. 3 only. Can we have this gentleman and that lady.
Thank you very much for the organizers and the debate. My name is Patrick Jamio. I want to reason out that in the devolved government, 2 levels of devolution are critical. That is the county level and the ward level. My issue with the candidates before us is, may we be explained what kind of relationships will you develop between the county level and the ward level in reference to governance and management? Subsection 2 of that question is, how do you intend to improve public participation at the ward level?
I'm a teacher specifically of those children with special needs in education. And my greatest concern is the worrying trend of the school dropouts that we are having these days. In relation to maybe some of the things that we have, like drug abuse in the society, we have the technology, which is bringing with it a lot of emerging issues leading to school dropouts. So I would say that some of us are products of correctional facilities. And I haven't heard of any correctional facility that is neighboring our land of opportunity, Embu County. So I would kindly ask the 3 gentlemen before us to tell us if there is anything that they have in their agenda to do with maybe correctional facilities like Shimolatewa, Keringiti, and Omomo for those children who have emotional and behavioral difficulties. To make sure that maybe where courtesy does not apply, we say we use force. So we need to force our children, because most of the parents are becoming a bit desperate. We need correctional facilities. Please.
My name is Pascal Murevinjero. I'm an MCA aspirant Kitemu Ward. My question that I have is about the youth. This is the 4th year that the money is being allocated, a total of 46 million, but it has not trickled down to the villages. What are the governor aspirant, how will they make sure that that money goes to the youth at the villages who mostly don't even come to town? The second question is about the empowerment of the people with disabilities. In Embu County, we don't have any facilities for the disabled children. They are put together with the normal children, and you know that it is traumatizing, because when you have a disability, the other children may laugh at you, and that kid will not be able to lead a normal life after school. And they will be very bitter towards everybody because of what they're experiencing in the schools. Thank you.
Asante sana, Pascal. Can we have Gitonga and Georgina asking questions, please?
Thank you very much. My name is Regina from the Embu County Urban Forum. My question is, the county forums are supposed to be happening according to the constitution, but they are not usually there, especially in this county. So I'm asking, amongst you, whoever will take the position of the governor, what will he do to facilitate the establishment of these county forums and make sure that they are operational? Thank you.
Who's Georgina? Oh, Gitonga.
Thank you very much. My name is Peter Jerunyaga, commonly known as Gitonga, from Shauri village. That is a slum, and that is where I will base my question from. With reference to urban planning, we are faced with the growing challenges of the informal settlements. For instance, Shauri village, where I come from. And whenever we are electing people, they are promising us a symbiosis in vanity, arising from the massive rural-urban migration and the quest for cheap housing. My question is to the people who are aspiring. If elected as governor, what plans do you have for the improvement of service delivery, counter public land grabbing, and incorporating informal settlement dwellers in urban governance and management?
Thank you
Asante sana.
so much.
Can we have one representative from the University of Embu, please?
Thank you so much. My name is Stella Njiru. I'm the current deputy president of this university. And my question goes to the three gubernatorial candidates. What are you understand that in Embu, the university is going at a very high rate, and we also have constituent colleges. So my question is, what is your plan for the comrades in terms of internships? Because in Embu, we have so many organizations, and comrades are really getting difficulties in getting to internship. Thank you so much.
Asante. Majina yangu ni Evangelist Patrick Mwenda. Mimi ni mhubiri, ni opinion leader na ni msanii. Sasa swali yangu itakuja hapa. Katika kule ninakaa ni Islamu. Utasaidiaje watu wa Islamu waweze kuinuka wakuje karibu na wale watu wengine? Kwa sababu inaonekana kuna mpaka katika Islamu na matajiri na viongozi. Kwa sababu hata ukiona mahali wanaenda kunywa chai hawapatani, wakienda kutembea hawapatani, wakienda mahali popote hawapatani. Utafanya nini ili watu waweze kupatana, na pia utafanya nini ili vijana waelimika waweze kufaidika ni ukiwa utachaguliwa? Asante.
Okay, thank you so much. Because of time, unfortunately, we'll not take all the questions, but I'd kindly request the candidates. There is the hashtag we gave, Embu Governors Debate. I'd request for those who can help out, we send questions on that. And then probably, if you find time, please respond to them, because we don't have a lot of time. For now, because this is the final stretch, questions have been asked. We don't have much time. Each candidate will have 3 minutes to respond to at least 2 questions. 3 minutes to respond to at least 2 questions. And then we close that. We'll start with Kivinji.
I think a lot of the questions we have asked, and especially those asked by the people from the slum areas, the ones asked by Regina, have to do with an open and inclusive governance of the county. Because Regina, you asked about participation, and the people from the slums are asking, why have they been left out? What can be done for them? And I'll say that one of the problems we have in Embu County at the moment is we have a closed government. It's a government which is why they are not, this is a public participation forum. This is the kind of forum where you are, if they are afraid of you now, if they are afraid of facing you now, do you think they will be ready to face you when you have elected them? I think that is a question which you have to ask yourselves. And that is the nature of the problem that we have. Kwa hivyo, ningetaka tu kusema, on the issue of the slums, it reminds me of the whole issue about urban planning and so forth, and the question asked earlier on by Mushangi. The way to the future of the country and of the county is to recognize the particular role that urban centers will play. And in that context, my mind is very clear. I'm going to set up a whole new urban settlement for Embu people, so that we do not go to the same slums, we do not make the slum problem in Embu worse than it is. We are going to create a new urban center, a resort city for the youth, and more so for the tourists in the vicinity of the Moyan Game Reserve, the lakes, the dams that we have down there, the hills that we have there, the relatively cheap and agriculturally useless land that we have there. We are going to be creating through that city the 5th touristic corridor for Kenya. And in that way, we are going to be building a completely new economy for Embu County, relating the hills in the south to the mountain of Kenya up this way. That way, we start handling the problem of slums and congestion in our slums. The children of Daras do not have to continue to live in Daras where their parents lived. The children of Kadita do not have to still live in Kadita where their parents were. We are going to give them an opportunity to move to a new place, to a new opportunity. And that is one of the things that I would really love to lead the Embu County people in doing as the governor of this county. Thank you.
Well, very good questions indeed. And I would love to answer all, but I think I'll just answer randomly. If I don't take your question, it's not by design. Of course, on county level and ward level participations, we already have the executive and the assembly, which have clear roles on how to participate and to coordinate. We will have public participation definitely at the ward level involving the ward administrators, the chiefs, the village headmen, and also, of course, with the MCAs. And this is going to improve our service delivery to the ward and ensure that what we are doing is reflecting the wishes and the will of the people. On school dropping out, I said the first simple thing we need to do is give each child a reason to be in school. Doesn't mean that if they are not getting good grades, they cannot swim, they cannot run, maybe they are good in art and many other things, so that we recognize all talent, and this way we are going to get closer to solving that problem. Definitely we need correctional facilities. And one of the things that is very important to be, that can be done immediately, even without those facilities, is have mentors within the schools. We engage our graduates, our elites who can come back and mentor these people so that they also have people to look out to. On the youth empowerment, Mheshimiwa Pascal, definitely it's a big problem, and this is out of the lack of will by our leaders. And we are going to ensure the youth, people with disabilities, get their correct share by involving them and actually empowering them as we should. Regina, on county forums, definitely I've mentioned that. Gitonga on land grabbing, definitely we need to protect our land. And that's where the urban management boards will come in, so that we also protect our land. Definitely we need to involve the slum dwellers, the owners of land in those slums. But going forward, we need to ensure, because these slums mushroom because of these settlements, like you have an apartment block where you are focused only on renting, maybe you have a mall, but you don't consider where will the workers who are coming to work in this mall live, because they cannot afford the housing in that mall or that vicinity. So we'll have proper planning where if you are coming up with a project, you're also going to make sure that the people you anticipate to work there have proper standard housing.
Thank you so much.
The correctional facilities, it is true we have children who cannot study like other kids because they are either mentally handicapped or they developed some conditions which retarded their intelligence. We also have other people who have been abusing alcohol and drugs, and somehow they have become like they cannot manage. We have people who need to be shown the way, they need to be counseled. And in this area, I feel like now we have a lot of problem actually of drug abuse, and we need some counseling institutions. My plan, I would like to have a training institution for counselors, so that if they are teachers, guidance and counseling, they are taught how to counsel, and we can even have community counseling centers. I think it's very important we have a counseling institution because of family life counseling. And that will go a long way, and it is very much needed. As for the youth and the youth funds, I really believe if the economy of this county improved, we will not have a lot of those problems. I think we just need to improve the economy, and the issues of even having funds for the youth does not arise. The biggest problem we have is that people are not sharing resources according to merit. We need to motivate people to work hard. When you go to business, you do your business, you get your returns. and you move on. I don't think we need to have people who are given handouts so that they can survive. We need to encourage people to have their own careers, develop their careers, and move on. And the issue of slums, these are the people who have nothing to do. They are just being found a shelter. If there's something to do, they don't need to be in a slum. They will have their own houses constructed. I think it all boils to the economy of this country coming up. This is a land of plenty. There's enough for us all. I belong to a party, Democratic Party of Kenya, DP, which says unity and justice. If you make sure everybody gets haki yake, some of the things we are talking about here will be a thing of the past. I think we just need to be fair to everybody and things will move out the way they are supposed to move. As for the internship, again, you can go to the university, you get your degree or a diploma, but there's no institution where you can practice. So if the economy comes up, those internships will not be an issue because you come out, there are institutions which they can give these people the practical experience which they require. I think we all need to make sure the economy is moving and everything is taken care of.
Thank you so much. Shukran. Kidogo kuna mzee wetu aliuliza swali pale kuhusu jinsi labda serikali yenu itaweza kuwahusisha wale ambao wametoka kwenye vitongoji duni kabisa. Labda tuanze kwako ili mzee wetu pia ahisi tumemtambua. Bwana Leonard, hebu mjibu moja kwa moja.
Mzee Mwenda amesema pia ni mhubiri. Nasema watu wanaotoka kwa vitongoji duni wanahitaji kwamba kupatiwa nafasi sawa na wale wengine. Hii mambo ya ubaguzi haifai kuwa, lakini unajua viongozi wengi hawataki watu wajiendeleze. Kuna wale viongozi wanapenda wakati umebaki maskini, ndio kila miaka 5 ikiisha na kutumia vibaya. Kwa hivyo mimi nimeshasema, ukiona nikisema mambo ya youth, kama ni kina mama, kama ni wazee, nasema kuhusu youth wote, haijalishi kama mtu ametoka kwa slum, kama tukifanya kazi Shauri Moyo, Kadhita, huko project ya huko kama ni ya kuweka stima itafanywa na vijana wa pale. Kwa hivyo hiyo itasaidia kuonyesha watu kwamba sio lazima ukue unatoka mtaa wa Blue Valley ndio upate kazi kwa serikali ya Embu County. Kama unatoka kwa slum pia utakuwa na nafasi sawa na wale viongozi wale wengine kutoka sehemu zingine.
Dakika moja.
Mwendo, nataka tu kusema tabu moja ya slums ni wakaji wa huko wakati mwingine hawataki hata kufikiria kuhama. Kile nihamamisha sana ni kwamba itakuwa nafuu sana tuwapatie watoto wenu nafasi ya kuishi mahali ingine kuliko pale. Na ndipo nikazungumzia juu ya kuanzisha mji mpya wa Embu County ambapo vijana wanaweza kupata ajira na makazi kwa kufungua njia mpya katika Kenya ya kutumiwa na watalii wa Kenya. Kwa sababu kwa sasa kuna njia 4 katika Kenya za watalii. Tunataka ya 5 iwe katika county yetu ya Embu. La pili, swali lako pia linahusiana na swali liliulizwa na Catherine juu ya watoto wenu kutoweza kuendesha masomo vizuri. Na kwa hivyo kuna umuhimu sana kuhakikisha kwamba watoto kutoka familia ambazo ziko katika slums wanasaidiwa kwa njia special ili waendelee na masomo kama watoto wengine. Thank you.
Let me add that to get people from the slums, they are human beings and they are entitled to live. Food is a basic human right, water and shelter. Those are basic human rights. And I think every government worth being called a government should look at those deprived members of the community, because some of them are deprived because of various issues. I think we should be able to identify those who have not been able to manage their lives. Just like we are having some money for the elderly, We should be able to identify those who are threatened, those who are very poor, and the government should be able to subsidize their living, just like they do in the developed world. There's welfare fund. Let's look at those people who are really in need, and we help them to live like other human beings. And of course, if we ensure that they get education, the bursaries you don't have to buy, like now they are buying, that's what is making them very desperate. So if we give them basic human needs, I think they should be able to come up like everybody else.
Asante sana. Tribalism and clanism is becoming an issue each and every day, especially as we approach 8th of August. Yeah. Embu residents are getting divided each and every day in terms of tribal and clan basis. Bwana Leonard, how are you going to deal with, how will you fight tribalism and clanism in Embu County once you get into the office as the Embu governor?
Well, this is actually a big issue because there are some leaders who want to use it for their own selfish.
In fact, even now, what are you doing to fight those two issues?
What I'm doing now is I'm positioning myself as a young man from Embu. I'm not positioning myself as from a particular ethnic community. Of course, there is where I come from, but that has no basis because to get where I am, it's not because of my tribe or my clan or my father or my mother. They did their part to get me to school, but the rest I think I hustled. So what I'm doing now, like I said, is to position myself as one belonging to one tribe called the Youth, one belonging to one clan called the Youth, because hakuna shida ya mtu wa Embu ama mtu wa Mbere, mtu wa Ukambani ama tukipata shida, wakati tunaongea hizi shida zote hapa, kila mwananchi wa Embu anaumia. Kwa hivyo hakuna siku utapata kuna shida ya Mwembu na shida ya Mbere. Kwa hivyo hatufai kugawanyishwa ama shida ya Mkamba. Mimi serikali yangu itagawa nafasi za kazi sawa kwa kila mtu, haitaonyesha ukabila ama hii mambo ya ukoo, na hiyo ndio njia moja ambayo tukifika uchaguzi mwingine kila mtu atakuwa ameona ukoo wako haukusaidii, kabila lako haikusaidii. Ile tunaangalia ni qualification yako ama ni manufaa gani utaleta kwa kaunti yetu, ndio tunakupatia kazi ama mambo ingine. Nakumbuka nimesema tenda zangu za ward zitapewanwa kwa ward. Kwa hivyo wale watu wa pale hawatatoka wakienda sehemu nyingine kung'ang'ania kazi za watu wengine. So hiyo itaonyesha mtu kwamba haijalishi mahali unapotoka, kabila lako ama ukoo kwa serikali yangu.
In 1 minute, Bwana Commander, on the same issue.
Been involved in trying to make sure there's no clanism or tribalism in Embu. And I started this one even before the last general election, when I called the elders in that meeting in Siakago, which decided let's try to do a bit of guided democracy to ensure no community is left out of the government. Because a government is not a company which is limited by shares. A government is for the people. So you have to make sure people are represented in this government. In that meeting, actually, we had saying the governor comes from Embu and the senator from Bere, and it worked. And even right now, if I get a chance to be the governor, I will ensure that the regions are represented in the government, the various clans are represented, so that we don't have a government which is skewed towards one region or one community. I believe if we do it practically, then clanism, tribalism will be a thing of the past.
I think part of the problem at the moment is the current government, by employing people selectively, by engaging people from some places of the county and leaving out some sub-tribes and employing others, has obviously exacerbated the sense of tribalism in the county. Therefore, the first responsibility which we have, even as candidates, is to make sure that we reflect the sense of an inclusive government. We should reflect it now we should reflect it when we form the next government. When we form the government, it should not be a government of Embus without the Mberes, or without the Kambas, or without the Kikuyus, or without any other important group that lives in this county. We have to have an inclusive government. That is the only way we shall have unity and the peace to realize development in Embu. And I can say it is part of the potential tragedy of this county that actually we can make the mistake of forming a government, of electing a leader who is already showing very clear signs of partisanship, of being tribal and so forth. That is something which Embu community must run away from, like they would run away from any other plague. I would just like to add and say that by having an inclusive government, it does mean, therefore, you have to have inclusiveness. And therefore, it is important that we have a county development forum which goes beyond elected leaders, to include everybody else.
Samahani Bwana Kithinji, shukran. Asanteni, sasa tumefika mwisho. Bwana Leonard.
Na ni jambo muhimu sana kwa sababu unajua wakati mimi nataka kuambia elders kama vijana watuonyeshe utangamano. Wakati wanakutana mkutano wanaanza kusema sijui governor atoke Embu, senator atoke Mbere. Hiyo tayari ni kuonyesha kwamba hatuko watu, hatuko kitu kimoja. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kusema hiyo mikutano ya kusema huyu akue hii ama akue hii, hiyo ni kitu haifai. Wacha si tuchague yule governor anayetufaa kama watu wote, sio kusema hii kiti ni ya huyu, hii kiti ni ya huyu. Hapo ndio shida inaanzia. Nilitaka tu kusema hivyo. Asante.
Nashukuru, tumefika mwisho, lakini kabla tumalizie tungependa sasa nyinyi kama viongozi muweze kuulizana swali moja tu. Sasa mtauliza, kama wewe sasa tutaanza na Bwana Kithinji. Utamuuliza swali moja. Utamchagua Leonard ama utamchagua Bwana Njagi? Chaguo ni lako. Swali moja utamuuliza kwa dakika moja, na tukishamaliza yule ambaye utakayomuuliza atapata dakika moja pia kujibu. Tuanze moja kwa moja na Bwana Kithinji. Utamuuliza nani?
Nitamuuliza Bwana Komanda. Nimuulize kwa sababu amezungumzia hayo mambo, hiyo kazi amekuwa akifanya ya kuunganisha watu wa Embu County. Umefanikiwa mpaka hapo?
Unapoendelea kufikiria, tutampa Leonard nafasi amuulize mwenzake swali moja pia. Yoyote yule.
Mimi nitamuuliza Bwana KK ambaye namheshimu sana. Mimi nataka kuuliza, nikiangalia billboard zake zote ama message zote inasema vijana wakuwe empowered. Sasa mimi naona njia moja ni kuachia vijana usukani. Namuuliza, mbona usiseme Leonard Muriuki tosha tufanye kazi?
Asante. Nashukuru, asanteni. Hebu tumpe nafasi Bwana Njagi pia naye amuulize swali mwenzake. Bwana Njagi.
Nitauliza Bwana KK, kulingana na vile watu wanaongea, wamesema amekuwa kwa siasa muda mrefu sana kutoka 1993. Anaona kama wakati huyu kuna tofauti itatokea sababu amejaribu mara mingi.
Asante. Tushukuru sana. Sasa tutaanza moja kwa moja na Bwana Kithinji ajibu maswali mawili ambayo ameulizwa.
Nitaanza ya kwanza na kwa Bwana Njagi. Mr. Njagi, I tried politics when I was in my 30s, and that was before 1993. The last time I contested elections before 2013 was 1988 against Kamwithi Munyi. And the next time I did elections was 2013. 25 years later, For 25 years, I was not involved in the politics of Embu, but by grace of God, I was very much involved in the development of Embu. Therefore, the people of Embu have never thought of me as being out of politics. But I never contested any election from 1998 to 2013. 25 years. I only came back to politics because after the professionals of Embu County and leaders of Embu County, including religious leaders, saw me leading them in having a shared vision for the county. All of them, without exception, maybe except you, asked me to become the governor of Embu. All right? Okay? That is the only reason why I came back to politics. And on that note, therefore, I got the bite. Now, the second question from Kijana governor aspirant. Let me say two things. One, Leonard, sincerely, if and any inkling, you know you are new in Embu. We have never seen you in Embu until you have come to contest for this election. Therefore, I don't know you. Okay? Because if you had been a chairman of a board of governors of a school in Embu, I would have met you. If you had been a chairman of a cooperative society in Embu over a youth group, I would have met you. If I had any inkling whatsoever that actually you can do this job of delivering people of Embu County from poverty and removing unemployment from Embu, I would happily and gracefully step aside.
Asante sana Bwana Kithinji. Na pia nawaomba kwa heshima ya sheria, tafadhali tuweze kuwapa viongozi wetu nafasi. Bwana Leonard. Sasa kwa sababu hukuulizwa swali lolote.
Can I answer the question I was asked? Or we start with Leonard?
Yeah, maybe
labda tumpe.
Yeah, wacha sijaulizwa swali kwa sababu labda wanajua nitajibu vizuri sana. Nataka kusema kwamba kusema sijakuwa Embu, unajua kuna hiyo kitu inasemwa lakini ni uongo. Nataka niseme sio watu wengi sana wanaweza fika mahali nimefika hapa Embu. Opportunities zile zimekuwa Embu sio za kunifikisha mahali niko. Lakini nikaona mimi kwanza niache shughuli zangu nikuje hapa ndio nione vile vijana wa Embu wanaweza fika mahali nimefika kutokeana na opportunities zenye ziko Embu, kwa sababu Embu iko na opportunities mingi sana za hizo cottage industries na tourism. Ingine ya kusema ni hizo, mimi nimekuwa mentor wa vijana wengi sana Embu, mambo ya talent, na nafikiri kama mzee KK angekuwa anahusika sana na mambo kama ya talent kwa vijana angenijua Leonard Muriuki. Kwa hivyo sijatoka mbali ndio nirudi ati hapa Embu kuuliza kiti. Mimi nimezaliwa hapa, nafanya kazi na vijana wa hapa na nitaendelea kukua hapa na nitazikwa hapa.
Asante. Naona Bwana Kithinji angependa kujibu lakini nitakupa nafasi baada ya Bwana Njagi.
I was asked whether my efforts to unite the communities living in Embu have borne fruit. Let me first of all say, by the time I was trying to unite Embu and Bere, there's a time Embu and Bere were living in one district, which was called Embu County, which was called Embu District. Then the Beres got their district, and by that time it was very acrimonious, because when they were separated was because you need to have your own district, you be independent people, these Embus are taking advantage of you. So this was a project to heal what was there. A lot of suspicion between the Embus and the Beres. And it worked, because actually, like the senator who was from Bere got very many votes from Embu. So we were able to bring Embu and Bere people together. And even now, there is no conflict between the Beres and the Embus. We regard ourselves as brothers. And in fact, those who have complained about tribalism, they have complained about 6 people, 6 leaders. They have not blamed everybody. So the common man, we are very much together. It is the leaders who have got conflict.
Asante. Takupa nafasi dakika moja tafadhali.
Yeah, I was just going to really sincerely tell you kijana governor kwamba in this town of Embu and in this county, I have done more for youth talents than anybody else. The number of functions of youth that I've sponsored in this town, whether it is musical, whether it is fashion show, in this town, my friend, it will take another 5 years to catch up. Thank you.
Asante sana Bwana KK. Kwa sasa nawarudishia tena muweze kupeana closing remarks in 1 minute, starting with you, Leonard Muriuki.
Ningetaka kushukuru kwa hii nafasi. Nishukuru wale waliopanga hii debate, manake nafikiri tumepata nafasi hata kama imekuwa ni kidogo kueleza sera zetu. Na nataka niseme kwamba watu ambao wanakaa Embu, ambao wametusikiza na wanajua ile mahali Embu inafaa iende, tayari wako na kiongozi wao. Kila mtu hapa anajua na anaelewa ni nani anahitaji kuwa kiongozi. Tumeona hata kwa kaunti nyingi ambazo ziko na governors vijana ndio zinaongoza, sio kwa corruption lakini kwa maendeleo. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka tu kuambia watu wa Embu, msingoje mpaka ati Leonard arudi kuuliza kiti akiwa 65 years ndio mchague. Labda hiyo nafasi haitatokea. Chagueni mtu ambaye anaweza fanya hii kazi, kwa sababu kazi ya CEO, hata ukiangalia katika organizations mingi, wanachagua watu ambao ni vijana, na ni kwa sababu hii kazi inataka nidhani dakika 3. Kazi inataka nguvu, inataka vision, na inataka mtu ambaye atakuwa sio kila saa anaamshwa ndio aende kufanya kazi.
Asante sana Bwana Leonard. Now to KK in 1 minute please.
Nitasema kwamba kama nilivyosema hapo awali, mimi naona my mission is to get the Embu County people, Embu County on the front line of development in Kenya. I want Embu County to be the first county to show Kenya poverty can be eradicated. I want to be the first county in Kenya to show that we can have programs, we can have an economic system which can take our youth to a next level, which can address the problems of youth unemployment and youth unsettlement. I will say 5 key things that I think I want them to do. The first thing, which is a priority for this county government, is water, 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 for health of our children and for people to do better. We need to do better in terms of agricultural productivity and also better marketing and variation of our crops. More serious work in terms of dairy farming, more serious work in terms of irrigation. We should take virtually all our money there. It will create jobs for our youth. It will change the economy of this county totally. I want to add that we need to create a new tourist corridor for Kenya to pass through Embu County, because God has blessed us with that opportunity. That way again, we are building a county which is different from everybody else, and that way we shall move fast enough. And finally, please, let us clean the mess which is Embu County today. Because Embu County today is a mess. We don't have a county government.
Thank you very much. Bwana KK, now to Commander.
The governor, the seat of the governor is very important because he's the chief executive of the county. We all know that if the leading ship limps, the others will not eat grass. So let's not just pick somebody like that. Let's look at the track record of that person, whether he is actually capable for the job he wants to get. Let's see whether this person is selfless. Is he there to serve himself or to serve the community? We also need to get somebody who is available to do this job. And the most important thing, he must not be corrupt. We have been number 2 on corruption in the whole of Kenya, and we have to make sure the next CEO of this country is not corrupt. I'm proud of my track record. I've held positions. I've never been involved or mentioned in any corrupt deal. So I humbly ask you on 8th August to give me that chance, and I'll bring a change compared to the government we have now, a complete change.